We have been seeing historic numbers, been breaking records every day this week.
People are starting to panic. There are people that, they're only bringing in $1,000 a month, and they still have kids, and they really don't know how they're going to make ends.
This year, everything's been so overwhelming, especially now with the EBT affecting us. Groceries in general are not the same as they used to be. And so it's become to, what do I do now? How do I support and feed my children?
I honestly am trying to come up with alternatives. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Don't look away, because you may not have recognized any of those faces or voices, but it's happening everywhere. It's happening in all of our communities, happening in all of our neighborhoods, happening in every state of this country. It's a window or glimpse into the growing and coming food insecurity and hunger crisis in America right now. And what's happening right now is that Donald Trump is refusing to tap into the emergency funds to keep any food assistance programs flowing to those people, to those families, so they can feed their kids. It is just a part of the negligence and indifference that is a hallmark of the Trump administration when it comes to food insecurity and hunger in America. After slashing funding for food banks earlier in the year, canceling 94 million pounds of food aid, as well as cutting $186 billion from SNAP, leading to what one hunger nonprofit CEO calls a, quote, perfect storm for food assistance programs. And it is a self-inflicted, manufactured crisis designed to hurt a lot of the very same people who voted for Donald Trump and to hurt them and their families the hardest. Time magazine reports this, quote, in the 30 states that Trump carried last year, 25 of them were more reliant on SNAP than the national average. While the national average of SNAP recipients stands at 12%, an analysis from the Center for Policy and Budget Priorities shows that deep red states like Louisiana, home to House Speaker Mike Johnson, surpasses that with 18%. South Dakota, home to Senate Majority Leader John Thune, has a smaller total role, but 70% of it is for families with children. In 29 of the 30 Trump states, the proportion of SNAP recipients with kids passes the national average of 62%. That total share under 18 nationally, that's 20 million kids. Joining us, MSNBC political analyst, host of the Bulwark podcast, Tim Miller's here. Alex is still here. So, Tim Miller, I know food stamps is like a 90s era right-wing racist smear, but SNAP, which is sort of the new, and EBT, this is food assistance, knows no partisan affiliation. If anything, it disproportionately benefits households in Trump voting counties and districts, and it feeds a whole lot of kids who don't have any responsibility for any of the political decisions that adults make.
Yeah, it's this contradiction of MAGA Trumpism, right, where Trump has done better with and worked for the votes of lower income, working class folks of all races, but particularly working class whites in red states in America. And the rhetoric has shifted a little bit from the McCain-Romney days to try to appeal to those folks, to say the least, but the policies are harmful to them. And this is just this SNAP, the expiration of SNAP, or the fact that they're not going to continue funding SNAP during this shutdown beginning this weekend, I think is the most acute example of this, where, if the party had fully switched to being a multiracial, multi-ethnic working class party like they pay lip service to, this would be an emergency right now. They'd be like, our own voters are literally going to go hungry beginning this weekend. We need to service them. And meanwhile, Donald Trump's in China or in Korea getting a, Burger King Happy Meal crown from the head of South Korea, and Congress isn't even in session, right? Like, they're not doing anything. And so I think that this is just a very, obviously it's a human catastrophe and tragedy if this doesn't get fixed in the next couple of days. But it also just is a very stark demonstration of just how this kind of MAGA populism is a lot of lip service and not a lot of action. And I think you're seeing it in real time also in the states where, in Colorado, Jared Polis and some other states, governors, mostly Democratic governors, are working to try to patch this right now. And in some of the red states, it's not going to get patched.